How we doing? First, my name is Kenneth Burton, company Flex Series Edition LLC. I'm thinking about ways of basically doing this for cheaper because I'm always looking for a way to basically do things for less money due to the fact that it helps our customers out. And quite frankly, I don't like spend a lot of money for my stuff. I rather try to do it for much cheaper, much more affordable, like a $10 projector, which again, I really don't. It's kind of hard for me to go out and buy a projector, especially when I paid $10 for one. The cheapest projector ever bought. So basically, I got to thinking about projection screens we painted. We painted just about over everything you could possibly think of. This is actually another surface that I literally forgot about that would save me a tremendously lot of money. On top of that, it's a much bigger screen. So the Elite screen is, keep in mind, like I said, even the Elite screen, we had the borderless, I've had a couple of them before, they still have a slight border. You can remove them off, but they still have a slight border on them. But can we do this for cheaper? Can we do it for cheaper? And I'm always looking to basically save a buck, but also to save our customers money at the same time because, people say they save you hundreds, we save you thousands. So this is a surface I've used before. I think it's called corrugated cardboard, but it's plastic. It's not cardboard, it's plastic. And I've used this in making projection screens before. As a matter of fact, the out-curved screen, curved projection screens, and just a flat screen was actually designed with this. We were going to sell these, but the problem was that the fact that even though they're lightweight, there's no weight to it whatsoever, they weigh less than a magazine. It comes down to it comes down to the height and the width of the screen, which means this thing has to be shipped by freight. And that's the reason why we never sold these, and we decided to go with a wallpaper surface, which was a surface that was 4x8, same size. But the difference between the wallpaper surface, it can be rolled up and shoved into a tube, which means now that screen is only 4 feet high. That's it. It's 4 feet high by about 4 inches wide on each side. With this one, on the other hand, you're not rolling it up because you would crack this thing in half and it would cost more money. This would lead to the wallpaper screens. Now, like I said, I've done this screen already before. Going to my YouTube archives. This is why we record and document everything, because we did this one already. And this is the result of this screen in a fully lit environment in one of my gaming rooms that I have on YouTube. This is the one thing I love about what we do at the end of the day. This is why we document everything, because this helps me at the end of the day so I can go back and go, have I done one of these yet? And yeah, I have. And it actually came out looking absolutely incredible. It's just like a TV sitting on your wall. Yeah, and it was extremely cheap. Now, at the time when I bought that, it was $14, but now it's like $34, which is still cheap at the end of the day, considering the fact that if I pay $184 for a fixed frame screen, this is a surface that, again, I'm still going to have to assemble. This is no assembly required. On top of that, it's easy because this is super lightweight. Now, I'm probably going to use, I don't want to use Velcro at all because I don't want to touch the walls, but I'm probably going to use something called micro screws, which are very small. They're going to hit just the white areas only, and this is an easy repatch job at the end of the day. Unlike the holes that they drilled in at the top, which are much larger holes, but then again, they're hanging up a very large item, so I can understand that. But these are the pinholes in the surface, and that's basically pinholes in the surface, which are going to be easily covered up with no problem whatsoever. I always make sure I get permission first before doing anything at all, period, because I want to make sure that everybody is okay before we do so. So, with that being said, we're going to use these micro screws to do it. And this is going to look absolutely incredible in here. Like I said, I wanted to go with the fixed frame screen. I was trying to figure out other ways how to do this, and I literally forgot about this right here. So we can go over to Home Depot and we can pick this up. Probably I got free time on Wednesday or Thursday. I got free time. So we'll go over on Wednesday or Thursday. I'm going to pick this up. I can get it right from Home Depot, and bring it down with no problem whatsoever. The lift that cost me to go to Home Depot's not that far from where I'm at. I'm over at the airport, so Home Depot is really not that far. It's actually, if I was in the city, that'd be a different story, but I'm actually on the airport, so it's actually closer by. So A lift from here to there would roughly cost me about $7. That's it. So about $14 back and forth. That's basically about it. Well, $7 to go to get it, and $7 to go back. That's $14 and $35 for the surface, which again, cheap. $49. That's it. $49. And the technology can be coded anything. And I thought to myself, like, wait a minute, didn't we do this one already? I'm like, yeah, we did do it already. We did it already. Projector was our own. I did this. I was on, oh shoot, I was on a VT 595 projector. This is a 2000 lumen projector, 720p. Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do. And I was streaming this off a laptop. So that's the results on our older technology. Stuff we have now, way beyond this. And keep in mind, with my screen being, okay, average 100-inch screen is around 4 feet by 7. These are 4 feet by 8, which means I can easily do a 235.1 setting on this if I want to. So not only can I get the surface and pick it up with no shipping costs whatsoever, but we've already done it already, so we know how our technology is going to react to it. And on top of that, it makes a cheaper solution to my customers who can come in and instead of spending money for fixed frame screen, they can go pick this up at $35. You can also add the halo system on it. It doesn't make a difference with the screen. They're using smart technology 8 times 3. Watching the bubbles in my liquid cooling system over there. That's why it pays at the end of the day to do your research and do your work. Because you can always go back in your archives and always get information that you're going to need. So I'm glad. That saved me a lot of money. I also go out and spend, let's see. My spend going to be $185, $85. And now I have to spend, it's probably about $35 for the surface. And our coating is free. I got it right down at the bottom. I got my container down there. Our technology, a surface that is 4 by 8 takes 16 ounces for our coating to cover. Because we had to do that demonstration on a wallpaper surface. Wallpaper surface is 4 feet by 8 feet. So in the demonstration we showed off 16 ounces can cover that. That's half a quart. And we got around 32 ounces sitting underneath the desk right now that can easily cover that. That surface is white, so the technology we have is a one-coat application, so it'll cover it with no problem whatsoever. Hey guys, I'm Kenneth Bird from Crystal Gauge Technology Projection Screens and Infusion Silver Crystal Vision Projection Screens. Also, we can curve this too, because I've done curved projection screens. Same surface we use for curving screens. Yeah, price did go up on them. We only make a certain amount per every month that you don't see. Okay, nobody take a look at that. That's where we show you how to use get a curved projection screen. You can check that on our site. We might load our curves up so you can see how they're done. So I'm glad we experiment on stuff so we know exactly what we're putting together. Oh, we got to put a portrait in here. I forgot about those things. We need one in here. Definitely got to put one of those portraits in here. Okay. Oh shoot. That screen is 4x8, 4x8, 4x8. We can literally build a large screen over here with that because we can put them together and make one large screen, like a panel system. Oh, we don't need any wood. We have to construct nothing at all, period. To build the big screen is about that size. It's about 8 feet tall. We can do an 8x12. We have to stand them up. Oh, heck yes. You know how easy that would be at the end of the day? I ain't got to build jack. I can just slap all them together, have them coated individually, and do a panel system on there. Oh, heck yes. We can do portrait. We can do one side portrait. We can do 3 portrait setups because we got the edge blending software coming in. Remember, some of the cardboard projection screens is not even funny. I think I built this many. Blow up air mattress, turned that into a inflatable projection screen. That was fun. There it is right there.
How you guys doing out there? My name is Ken from the creator of Crystal Age Technology and Smart Technology.
So let's see, 35, section 14.
So right
That's
here,
going to be 49. Let's say roughly $50.
Now the screen that you're looking at right here is our Crystal Age Technology projector screens. Using, well, actually not a projector screen, actually one of the earlier screens that was designed before we decided to go and design the blackout bulb. And this right
that saves me $135.
Before anybody starts getting excited, because I just said this
$135. I'm going to save $135 by instead of getting a fixed screen, build it with this.
This is a heavy piece of plastic cardboard. That's pretty much what I call it. And this right here was coated with the Crystal Age technology chemical, and this is how the screens were going to be sold until we decided to do the blackout cloth with it, which would have been a lot more cheaper and easier. How realistic that looks.
So that means if you coat this stuff on this surface, you come up with a much bigger screen. Then if I buy the fixed screen 4x7, this is 8x4x8, which means I can do 235 put one of this easily. It's super lightweight, but should be lighter than the fixed screen, super cheap at the end of the day. And with their coating, yeah, we can pretty much do whatever we want with that thing. So I just got my text message back that said, hey, no problem, set it up. So we can put our micro screws in. We're going to use micro screws. They don't put pinholes into the wall. So you don't have to worry about having any big holes in the wall. Man, freaking loving it. We should get a couple sheets of those. I'm going to cut one in half and put one with gray, or a gray paint on it, and the other one leave it white. Oh, the gaming PCs. Oh yeah.
Alright, so here's my barbershop PC. Yeah. Where's some vegetable oil? I do like some regular PCs and vegetable oil. There. So right here, this is my work PC right here.
Oh yeah. Bio container.
And both PCs are using liquid cooling system. Usually when I run vegetable PCs, I use the liquid cooling system because what happens is CPUs will actually get very, very hot and your tank will heat up very, very fast. I mean, very fast. So that's one of the things I actually found that's very helpful to actually temperature.
Oh yeah, that was that's the second house or second house, second one. All the finished game systems.
some of the cool
I'm
stuff.
glad I took the extra time to go through all this stuff.
Down here,
Yeah, for your console gamer saying he doesn't do console. Yeah, I have all these old systems. I still have my old systems.
had
Dragon's Lair, all that Dreamcast, PS1, Genesis system with the CD-ROM, Saturn system, Genesis 1 and 2. Was that oh, it's a 3DO. All these games are all mint condition. They've never been opened.
That is the actual Genesis 1
With the CD-ROM.
Actually still does work. I have
Dreamcast, I got 3 of those. Got a limited edition black one.
Saturn
system.
Saturn. Okay.
There's GameCube sitting in the back there. Xbox controller, Atari system. You console players, we say, you don't play, man, please, playing console before some of y'all were even born. Look at the Xbox controller. Oh, my retro games, look at that. That's a Merlin right there. Do even console gamers at the end of the day, if we talk too much trash, do you know what that is right there? That's a ColecoVision handheld system. This is where you didn't even have characters like you have on your N64, or what do you call your Game Boy. This was little red dots that you played with. I don't even know how we figured out which side was which side, but I guess it worked at that particular time. I try to go back and play some of the older games. I get lost because I can't figure out exactly which side I'm on. But anyway, yeah, these little devices that took a 9-volt battery. I remember these.
You know what gaming was all about.
Baseball, basketball. The Merlin, oh my goodness. Merlin, all Saturn games right there. Mega Mix Fighters for Saturn.
We got a bunch of Saturn games over here. And this is the original Xbox.
Yeah, your Xbox game fanboys. I'm like, you will play? Yeah, I had the original Xbox when it first came out, with Halo when it first came out, with that giant, massive gauntlet controller. Yeah, smack your brother in the head with that. He ain't getting back up. You see it right there in the corner? You see what that is? You know what that is in that corner right there? That's a Merlin. That was one of the most hottest handheld games of the 70s. Everybody wanted that game. It was kind of like a portable Simon. That's what it was. It was one of the hottest commodities. I remember because my mother, my older brother drove all the way out to, Woolworths to get that for my sister, because my sister wanted that game so badly. And he found one of them. Called a Merlin. That's why I said that. When I talk to like the older console boys at the end of the day, they don't go into that whole console word nonsense. They collect everything. They appreciate everything. But when I get to the younger ones, those are the ones that are going to talk about console this and console that. You don't know jack about consoles because you weren't even around when the original ones came out. If you're basically starting off at NES, an NES console system, that's where you start off at, yeah, you got to go back a little farther than that, man. Way back. Some of the guys I talk to, they've been around since Vector Graphics and Pong. Pong. When you've been around when Pong was out, then you're really talking about you've been around some old systems at the end of the day. Nomad, you ever have a Nomad before? That's a Genesis version of basically a handheld system. It took like something like 8 AA batteries. It was huge at the end of the day. Yeah. But when I get the ones I usually have these conversations with are usually new console people at the end of the day. They've been playing like, I don't know, they've been back since the NES. Yeah. Not far enough back. Not far enough back to be making those statements. Yeah, I was doing console before I was doing PC. With the big jewel on it. All the mass controllers, PlayStation controllers, light guns. If you haven't been in the light gun era, you haven't been in console. That's all to it. Because they'll ask you like, how far you go back? How far you go back in consoles? And you'll be like, NES? Bye. We don't even have the conversation with you. You got the Odyssey. See right there? That's the Xbox. I got a collection of magazines. They go all the way back from Atari. When Atari was advertising their console system. That's when Grand Theft Auto came to Xbox. At one point, GTA was never on the Xbox system ever. It was exclusively for the PS system only. And then they finally came out and bought it, and they had a double box set where you got GTA 3 and you got Vice City. I know, because I got it.
Xbox. I missed the dance appointment just for that this month. Here's some of these old comic books that I have. I've actually had packed away. I got more than this. These are just some of the ones that
See, this is what I try to explain to people who collect Marvel and all that stuff in the day. You have Marvel. I collect Transformers, G.I. Joes, Barbies, all that stuff. My Little Pony. All that stuff, mint condition, still sealed in a box. I have Super Soakers in my possession, Tonka trucks. Those things are worth thousands of dollars. Yeah, that's what I collect, vintage collectible toys. Bubblegum machines, all that stuff. Xbox, this is when Wolfenstein came in Xbox, and I got the game to go with it. Vintage, baby. Vintage. Game Pro when Donkey Kong 64 was the biggest hit. Yeah, I got all the first editions on all of them. I collected everything. I'm a collector. After a while, you die out. You don't want to do it anymore. There's the light gun for House of the Dead. I had the Japanese version that came 106 giant, or Halo. Yeah. Where's all this stuff sitting at now? In a warehouse somewhere. I don't touch it. Got bored of it. Got tired of setting it up, and I said, you know what? Whatever. Just stick it in there and never touch it since. Then they're collecting dust. Half of it. The other half I actually gave away. Giant Godzilla. Yeah, I got about 8 giant Godzillas. One's actually 8 feet tall. Yep. Sitting in the storage unit, collecting dust. Oh yeah, that's the flight stick for the Xbox system, and underneath of that is basically the snowboard. It's an actual snowboard you get on to move back and forth. Never calibrate that thing right at all, period. Thrustmaster. And this right here is the snowboard. This is a simulated snowboard for the Xbox when it came out. All these games I have in here, these are games you can't even get on your system anymore. You can even burn them on the emulator if you want it. Some of them are actually banned. You ever heard of a game called Thrill Kill? I actually got a copy of it. I got it when they had it on the PS1. The game was so violent that they basically pulled it and decided that they were not going to release it, but it got leaked out and somebody made copies of it. And I just happened to know someone who had a copy of it that actually made me a copy. This is where you had to go and you had to JTAG your PS1, so basically it can play the bootleg games, which you shouldn't have been doing, but we were young anyway, so we wouldn't do it now because it's wrong, but back then, yeah. For so long, I really don't pay any mind to it, but I've had it for that long. Sorry about that. Look at this. Ah, here we go. See that right there? When I tell you I collect vintage stuff, that's a G.I. Joe periscope. I own 16 of those because I just happened to walk into a store and there were 16 sitting on the shelf and they didn't even know what they were. And I was like, I didn't say anything. I said, how much? And the guy was like, they're $9 a piece. I said, $9 a piece I paid for them? Yeah, mint condition. I got G.I. Joes galore. And I got all of them factory sealed, mint condition, never ever been open. Do you have any idea what that cost at the end of the day? Look at that. That's a periscope. I opened up one of them because you got to play with them. Oh man, you're not going to believe this. Check this out right here. Masters of the Universe. Yeah, all those toys you see. Oh, I got all of them. I got the whole collection, mint condition, sealed. Because I know how to find collectible toys and all that stuff. I told you there's all kinds of treasures sitting on the earth. And sometimes you walk past them every single day and you will never notice they're there. And especially for some people, if you don't know what you're looking at, you don't know exactly that money's standing right in front of you. That's why my mother was an antique collector and she taught me how to collect. Her mother was an antique collector and taught her. So, you can have a piece of china, little saucer sitting out there on a table, and it could be worth $50 million. Now, if you don't know what you're looking at, you walk right past it, but a person who's a collector will look at it and go, oh, shit, I just retired. There you go.
Oh my god, it's up Thundercats.
Thundercats, mint condition, in the box, never opened.
Thundercats.
So basically, back and forth going for practice, and this is what I was selling toys on eBay. I was selling some vintage toys. So I would keep one for myself and the other one I was selling on eBay because there was that many of them. Just happened to be walking by. Those little pocket mom and pop stores, some little ones, that no one goes into, they're hidden treasures in there all the time. Because the thing about it, especially when they're of a different nationality, because usually they never throw away their inventory. See, the sneakerheads were smart. When they came down here to Temple University, they went through the neighborhood and they found a lot of those old mom and pop stores sitting in the back that had all those original old sneakers, even the ones that basically are on recall because they keep everything. And they made a lot of money in North Philadelphia. Yep. Those sneakers were sitting there all that time, and people who lived in the neighborhood came in and never really thought about what they had in inventory. And their inventory selection, they had stuff back there, Air Jordans, when they first came out. Do you have any idea what a pair of Air Jordans cost that first came out on the market? There you go. A lot of those college kids retired. They don't go to college anymore. They're retired. They're rich. So that's what I tell people at the end of the day. When you see a store that's neglected, that's sitting inside by itself, you might want to go in there and check it out. So every day I walk past the store. And one day I happened to look in the window and there's a pair of quads in there. And I was like, oh shoot, quads, brand new in the box. What's the odds of finding a pair of 1970 quads in the box? I'm talking about the one with the brown velvet and the orange or basically yellow see-through wheels. Those are expensive. And I'm like, they can't have this. There's no, it has in the box. It can't be in there. So I'm gonna pop in there, and yeah, he had them in there. I bought 12 pair. Had my buddy driving with the truck, pick them up. So he knew I was a serious buyer, coming to buy some more stuff every day, buying from him. And then he said, oh look, I want to share what's in the back inventory. Yeah, in the back inventory, there was stuff back there. It was like walking through time. That's what it felt like. My goodness, man. Fisher Price, just so much Fisher Price stuff. It wasn't even funny. They had everything from Fisher Price, McDonald's. Fisher Price, McDonald's, mint condition cars, any of the pharmacists, Moo, and all of them at the end of the day. Easy Bake Ovens, My Little Ponies. My Little Pony sells for it today. Yeah. Cabbage Patch. They had Cabbage Patch back there. Everything. So I went and got $10,000 out of my banking account and I cleared out his store. And he was selling everything for the same price as if it was sold at that particular era. Look at that. Transformers Command Center. Yeah. By Milton Bradley. Frogger by Milton Bradley. All that. Even the original first Monopoly, all them. Tons of board games. I bought everything. Where does it sit at? In a storage unit. That's where it sits back there. See all that stuff back there? Yeah, that's some of the stuff in the storage unit. Here's a shelf on camera. Concerned to the somewhere between, I say, 20,000 units that I own of vintage merchandise at the end of the day. Yeah, so that's why I said when you sit there and people sit there and say, oh, you don't have money. Oh, I got money. Trust me. I got a collection, man, that's freaking insane. Not like buying something brand new and putting it on your shelf. Like I can go out and get myself a Batman remote control car. You can buy those things anywhere. But try to find something from out of 1960s, 1970s, in that era. So you can find something like that. That's mint condition, still sealed. I'm going to show you something. It's going to blow your mind. I always keep one of these around with me. I own 20 of these. I happened to walk into a convenience store and there's a box of them sitting on the floor and I'm like, what are you doing with these? And the guy was like, well, I'm selling them. And I bought them all. Where are my keys at? The 1960 and 1970 yo-yos, the classics, ones with the nice hologram butterflies on them, I own those. So quite frankly, I got about $500,000 worth of toys. And here's the crazy thing about being a collector. You will never sell them. Ever. Well, you'll sell some stuff. I did sell some stuff to make money for my company, but that, mind you, I bought 2 of everything so that way I can keep one to myself. And out of that collection, I will never sell those. So you can't depart with them. They're with you forever. And then when you die, someone else is going to take that collection and they're probably going to sell it. this was a 1960 ray gun. Yeah, these are old. See the packaging on? About 1960s, made in China. I wouldn't trust the metal on it. I mean, the paint on it. It's probably got lead in it, to tell you the truth. These were the spark guns back in the day. Mint condition, all still working. I own 26 of these right here, or 27, I think. I got more than that. I even have Flash Gordon guns. You know, vintage of Flash Gordon, Dakota ring, still in the package. Old boxes of Cracker Jacks with the prizes still, not the cheap ones you get today, the actual real ones. Barbies? Oh, I collect those too. Barbies are a lot of money. I have a glass Barbie from the Wizard of Oz collection edition. Collect that. This is how it feels to me. They stopped making these things because they became dangerous. They caught fire because they had the sparks, the real sparks that went off. And then on top of that, I'm pretty much sure this paint they have on here is definitely lead. There's lead in it. Guarantee it does. But the thing about it is they sat in that box for 4 years. And everybody who walked in that store walked right past them. Because they thought they were just old toys. Until I walked in, I said, oh shoot, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah, bought all of them. Now, you can't buy the whole box. If you buy the whole box, they'll get suspicious. So you just buy a few here and there. So you drain the box. Because then they'll jump the price on them. Price for this that I paid for was $1.40. That's it. Yep. So, yeah, collector. I'm gonna collect all that stuff. I'm gonna find everything. We can walk past a vase in a thrift store. Some people won't even know what they're staring at. I would know exactly what I was staring at because there's markings on it. I can tell when I turn it upside down. There's markings. I can tell what it is. That's why it pays to educate yourself at the end of the day to know something. Because again, you can basically have treasures all around. You wouldn't even know what they were even worth. I say, riches are not for fools. It's not. You'd be surprised. Just like that woman who sat in her backyard digging with that soup spoon. She didn't realize she had a spoon, a collection from Henry VIII, but even more, she didn't find her bloodline was from that particular. Your bloodline, keep in mind, if you have an antique heirloom, chances are it might have been stolen and embedded into your family. You got to show that your bloodline came from whatever object you have. Maybe you got it from a descendant or family member or whatever, so and so and so. But if it doesn't show that, it means it's not yours, and he can take it from you because it belongs to the museum now. But not only did she find out that her spoon was worth millions, that was a priceless spoon she had in her hand, but her family had traces back to Henry VIII. They were royal blood, didn't even know it. That's why knowledge is considered power at the end of the day. So I go to garage sales all the time and see what they got. I go to old churches and I go check out their inventory, what they have sitting way in the back. The older the churches are, I check out all those old mom and pop stores, and you'd be a bit surprised at all the interesting things that you will find in those places. So you mean for 4 years, all the people that passed in and out of that store walked right past these gems because they didn't know what they were looking at. They thought they were just old toys. They didn't look at the packaging. Look at the packaging. You could tell the packaging is not a new packaging. It's old. And you really they didn't know it. I walked in there, I knew exactly what I was looking at. You know another thing worth money? Music boxes. Music boxes are worth a lot of money if you get the right one. Get the right one, you can retire for life. And the thing about it is, the reason why older churches who have these thrift stores have gems in them at the end of the day, because you got to remember, the older the church. Say if you had people who were going to that church from the 1930s, 1940s, or 1950s, and they had things that when people get older, they get to the point where they just give them away because they just had them around forever, and the younger generation's not interested in it, so just give it to the church, and that's what they do. And you go in there and you see something like that, and they won't sell it, but somebody else will sell it. That's why they put it there. Maybe somebody else can get some use out of it. Which is the crazy thing about it, is too, on top of that, it's like a non-stop, freaking endless kind of, what's the word for it? You can't keep it. When you really think about it, that's the part that blows your mind when you start collecting. It's the fact you realize that you can't keep anything. Nothing is actually yours, not a thing. That's really an interesting theory. So you go, somebody has something forever. They put it up in a thrift store. You go pick it up and you sell it. And you make a lot of money off it. You buy cars, you buy houses, and all that stuff. But you're not taking any of that stuff with you. You're just using it for the time being. So when your time comes up, you're going to give all that stuff away. Or you're going to pass on to the next life, and it's going to be left behind. And somebody else is going to pick it up. And they're going to claim it to be theirs too. And then they're going to die, and they're going to leave it behind. And the same thing goes on and on and on. Isn't that fascinating? That's what I realized when I was sitting there with that sewing machine. When I was sitting at the table with that sewing machine, that's when it kicked in. I said, you know what, I've been collecting all this stuff. And how many people sat at this same sewing machine that I'm sitting at right now, down through centuries? How many people sat at that sewing machine and thought, wow, this is mine. This belongs to me. This is mine. And then they die and it goes to somebody else. And that person says the same thing. And some person says the same thing. And now here we are, way up in 2023, and somebody's sitting at the same sewing machine that all these people thought it was theirs, and they got it now. And then they'll die and somebody else will have it. You'll never keep any of the stuff you have. It's virtually impossible. Never saw a U-Haul truck behind their funeral home. So you get something, an heirloom from somebody, you sell it, you get all this, you buy all these luxury gifts, yeah, you can enjoy it while you're here on the earth, but it won't last forever because you got to go sooner or later. And then somebody else is going to pick up where you started from. And they're going to go through the process, and they're going to go through the process. I kind of, like I said, I look at life like a giant spaghetti strainer. You'll pass through it. All your possessions will land in that spaghetti strainer, and all the people that know you will be sitting around and waiting to grab what they can take from you. Doesn't make a difference. It's not your stuff anymore anyway. And they'll take your possessions and say they're mine now, but each one of them is going to pass through that strainer. And somebody's going to be waiting to take their stuff too. It's not yours. Nothing on this earth is yours. Not a thing. Everything you have is meant for somebody else. Everything you work for will be for somebody else. That's when you understand the big picture of it all. Yes, understand you work hard to make sure your kids are taken care of and provided for and everything like that. That's all good and well. But remember, all your possessions here on this earth will never be yours. You will never take it with you. Someone else is going to take everything that you have. Now, if that scares you at the end of the day, it shouldn't, because again, who cares? What you should be concerned about is where you're going. And have you earned your treasures in that world? Because in that world, where you earn your treasures, they're forever, and no one can take them. Yeah, there you go. It speaks about in the Bible. But basically, worshiping false gods. Don't get obsessed with the things in this world. They don't last forever. They corrode, they rot, go rotten. They're not forever. They break down. That's why you get warranties. This stuff breaks down. They're not forever. Don't worry about your treasures here on the earth. Worry about your treasures in heaven. Everything you have here is not yours. Even your own life is not even yours. You're on borrowed time right now. You don't own your own life. What man can come back to life? What man can say, oh, I can jump off a building and I'll be back the next day? Nobody can. So your life is not yours. It's borrowed. Everything you have is borrowed. Once you realize that, you'll understand it. And my personal favorite in the Bible, it says, toil under the sun. Man works by the sweat of his brow just for another. So it doesn't mean for your family. It means when you die, somebody else will take what you have. So that's why I stopped collecting when you really think about it all. No point. It's fun. to Look at. I don't use them. I don't play with that thing at all. Period. I've never opened it up or anything. And quite frankly, I don't think I'm ever going to open it up. Because dating back to the time that thing was around, pretty sure that's lead paint on it. Yep. Now, what I'll probably do is give my collection away to somebody that appreciates it. Hey, look, there's the gnome. Freaking, what was it? Oh man, I forgot that gnome was from a friend. Actually sent that to me. She was a collector. She sent me this gnome. I can't think of it. It was a commercial. Hotel something involving that gnome. But anyway, sent it to me. Legos. I got a vintage Legos.
Yeah, check it out. Transformers, baby. Over here, Primal Rage.
Power Rage, Donkey Kong.
So much cool stuff in here, man. Man, this is an original.
That's Muppets. Yeah, I have Muppet toys, vintage Kermit, Big Bird, all the original ones. And this was by a thing called Toontown. It went out of business years ago, but they made these kind of like Five Nights at Freddy kind of Robotonic kind of toys. They were kind of creepy looking, but yeah, I had basically one of the. I got the dog and I got Kermit. Sorry, people. My bad. Am I back here? Am I back there? Where am I at? Whoop. Yeah. Whoop. That's me. Whoop. Over here. All right. We're back. Let's go back here and show you some of the crazy stuff. Yeah, that's laser tag. Remember laser tag back in the day? You put this huge piece of machinery in front of your chest, and you and your buddy would run around shooting little lasers at each other, and they go ding. Yeah, that's what that is. That's actually laser tag. Fisher Price, that is a ducktail gumball machine.
Man, I've got so many toys back there, man. It's unbelievable.
Pinball machines, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, that's my vintage pinball machines. Super Soakers, Family Ties, a board game. You remember that? Yeah, I actually have that mint condition. Matchbox. Yeah, I have Matchboxes. Die cast metal.
Oh yeah, just to show you guys really quick, like some of the stuff that I collect on a regular basis, man. Some of the weird stuff that I collect on a regular basis.
Yeah, that is Masters of the Universe and Barbie on tape. So it was a book that you open up and it would play the song, the Master of the Universe, like to tell the story, and you would go through the pages. Yeah. Yep. I even have old Halloween masks from 1970s. With a little rubber band that connects to the back, all the way in the front, and the one that would just cut into your ears and everything, and the peripheral vision on those things were horrifying. But anyway, I don't know how in the world we did that in the day. We had this cheap costume that pretty much anything could rip it off. Go out looking like a champ, come back looking like he went through a freaking a wood chipper. And the mask, I don't even know how these things even pass. That's why I said back then, man, the stuff we had to deal with was crazy. You remember the plastic mask you would put on your face? You had very little vision to see from left to right. You literally had to turn your whole head to see if someone was talking to you. And you had two staples, a staple on one side, had this thin rubber band that would cut right to the back of your head and right around your ears. And then the plastic in that place had an awful smell. The smell in it was awful, so it was toxic. You were breathing that in at the same time with these little tiny air holes. Man, I remember the good old days. Let me look this up real quick. Vintage Halloween mask. We gotta go back farther than that. That ain't vintage. There we go. This is what I'm talking about. That's my era right there. These masks. Yep. Never forget those things, man. You never forget that smell as long as you live. Halloween masks from the 1970s. Those of you from the area, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There you go. That's how it was, just like that. You had this all-in-one costume right here, and you had this mask. And never forget that, man. They all had that same weird smell. And you just had that rubber band with one staple on one side and was stretched around the back of your head. You know, come in these cool boxes with the designs all over them. And you couldn't see hardly jack out of those things. Yeah, that's how it was. It's like that. You couldn't see jack out of them. Like your peripheral vision was gone. Like you had to turn your whole. The kids would turn their head all the way around. That's the only way I can see you. I had to turn all the way around. Oh man, I remember that, man. Especially if you had Halloween parties. When we were kids, we had Halloween parties. We had a Halloween parade. School I went to over in Newark, Delaware. We all get together and we march around the school at a Halloween parade. We'll be up all night long looking at your costume. Can't wait to show it off. Can't do that today. Well, kids have Halloween parties today, but you can't have go trick or treating today. It's dangerous. It's very dangerous to go trick or treating. Back then in my neighborhood, up in the suburbs, in that area, it was rare. Extremely rare. Someone would get a razor blade and an apple, or the food would be, something would be tampered with. Super rare. Like the news didn't really report on something like that. Maybe some vandalism, you know, mystery night, people doing dumb stuff, but very rare with that. Now today, man, too many sickos out there. Can't have a kid come to a door. We used to be able to parents could sit on the sidewalk, and the kids would go up and get their candy. Can't do that now. You got to be up at that door with them. I'll never forget. I knew Halloween changed when I seen a parent come to the door and he was carrying a sidearm. You got to. You don't know what the freak is coming to that front door. It wasn't thought of like that back then. It was never thought of like that back then. That your kids would get snatched into a house because the neighbors are a little weird or whatever. It was never thought of. It never really happened. If you went to the blue moon, you would have something like that would pop up. Now today, oh no, you gotta be careful. I wouldn't even send my kids to someone's house. You just have a little Halloween party for them within the family. You can bring your friends over. That way it's a safe environment. Everybody knows everybody. And don't do that bobbing for apples, sucker. That's downright disgusting. But if you want to do bobbing for apples, the easy way to do it is just take an apple. Someone's wearing a whole pumpkin. What the freak? Seriously, a whole pumpkin? Whatever. But anyway, I think the best way to do bobbing for apples is basically just take a piece of string, tie it to your, put a loop screw in, or however you want to do it, and just basically just have it where the apple hangs off a string. And they just have to bite it with their hands behind their back. It's the same thing, just your face ain't in water and you ain't slobbering along with everybody else. Oh, man. But at least we got the full-size candy bars. Everything we have was here. You get the full-size Snickers. But now today you get the full-size Snickers. It's like, oh my goodness, you got the full-size Snickers. No, back then that's how it was. Candy was way better. Way, way, way better. What was the most popular? I think it was Superman. Oh, Casper at the Friendly Ghost. Really? Was the most popular Casper? I wasn't really in. I like Casper. I was into it. Willy Wonka, The Godfather. Really? Jay Bradley. Oh, the shark from Jaws. Huh. I didn't even know that. I wanted the classics. Wolfman, Frankenstein, stuff like that. That's what I wanted. Halloween candy from 1970s. Oh, we had the good stuff. The chocolates. We had the good stuff. And I mean, all our candy was no such thing as bite size. Bite size didn't exist when I was a kid. Bite size started later on. When I was a kid, everything was full size. Full size Snickers, full size M&Ms, everything. Your bag was freaking basically weighted. You could feel it when it hits the bag. Boom! Yep. Oh my goodness, I forgot about these, man. Sheesh. Candy corns were in bigger bags, man. Your bag was weighted. It didn't take long. It didn't take long. And if you had a real good costume, sometimes they threw 3 or 4 candy bars in there. On the other side, where they had the rich people that made a little more money than, we were middle class, and rich people made money, they was doing something different. They write you checks up there. You had to show them a trick. Show them a trick. My buddy did a backflip off a car, and they gave him a check for $10. Yeah, I said, trick or treat. He said, show me a trick, and I'll give you five. It was it $5 or $10, and a guy called Wesley. He used to do. He's in gymnastics, so I know he's gonna make some money that day. And he was like, he was planning. He was saving for a bike. He said, "Man, I can't wait for Halloween, man. The gymnastics is gonna pay off. I'm gonna make some money over there." He wasn't joking. He made some money. He made enough to buy his bike because the woman asked me, said, "If you can do a backflip, I'll give you $10." And whoop, did a backflip. Yeah, he took gymnastics. Everybody teased him because he's in gymnastics. And when Halloween came up, yeah, he was on the other side making money. Made enough to buy his bike, a BMX bike. BMX. 1970s BMX bike. Oh, man. I had one of these too. That's when you took the baseball cards and you put them in the spokes so you can make them sound like a motor. I remember when the BMXs came out. Now, I remember the first ones when they came out, they had the pads. Yeah, just like this. They had the pads on the bars. They had the pads right here where your private someone to get jacked up. Right here on the bar. Cool racing seat. And then you had freaking Shin Busters 3000. Those are what the Shin Busters are. These are these freaking cheese grater pedals that if you miss and your shins caught it, you caught it. All kinds of battle scars from freaking the Shin Buster 3000. That's like the Knuckle Buster 3000. Don't you cry about it. Skin your knuckles, and skin your ankles. You just get back up and just suck down the pain and just keep on pedaling. And then later on, they made them out of plastic. But when I was coming up, there was metal. Vintage bike pedals. Yes! Yes, sirree. Something like I made out of a movie at a saw. What the freak were they thinking back then? Now you're older and you think about, like, my God, this was crazy. Yes. This is what I grew up with. Can you imagine that? They were made with these grips on them so that way your shoes can lock into them. But if you missed one of these and caught this thing on your shin, you were in some pain at the end of the day. And later on, they turned them into this. But this is what they used to be. Can you imagine that? Yeah. That's why if you see, it's funny how people post stuff like that on Facebook, and people will come in and comment on it, laugh about it, and comment, "Oh, I remember those back in the day. Yeah, the Shin Buster 3000." And like certain generations can't connect because you don't know what those are. You're not used to having it. You're used to having these babies at the end of the day. You had it good. You don't remember the green machine. You don't remember the big wheel. You don't remember any of that stuff because you weren't in that era. But man, that's when things were much better when it came to toys and everything. Everything was more real. All right, let me get back to what I'm going to do right here. I'm going to check out this baby. See, this ain't bad. This is $34. $35. All white because we don't need anything else. Stand's working nicely, my cardboard stand. We're going to get ours in white right here. We only need one of them, and it's 4x8. So I'm going to go up to Home Depot, take my lift up there, grab this up, bring it back. And we're going to pick up our micro screws. Micro screws. You heard me. Micro screws. Yeah, these are micro screws because they leave pinholes in the wall. So I already got the okay, and they want to see the screen when I get done because they're excited about it's going to be amazing. On top of that, because the screen is going to be 4x8 feet, it's going to be quite nicely. I might get a 235.1 projector in here, a ViewSonic, so I can basically show that off. ViewSonic projector, short throw. Heard me first. Gotta be kidding me. ViewSonic projector, short throw. I can get it brand new for $549, or we can go to eBay and get it for much cheaper. That's long throw, even though it's a short throw. So let's see what eBay has. And this projector will give me a 235.1 setup. The screen I'm going to be using is going to allow me to have 235.1 setting because it is a nice size, 4 feet by 8 feet. Well, hang on there. Let me see. Oh, I like that thing so much. Let's see if I can. I'm going to build one, but I'm going to buy one too. Can we get out of this? Oh, you cancel that. You're going to cancel everything with it. All right, let me see. So, it's 500. What can we get it for cheap as ultra short throw? Oh, we got to buy one of those anyway. And he went for the laser system. I heard you can find them for cheap, $106 right there. $67. Even $300 is good. $86, even good. Oh yeah, we're gonna get that projector for under $200. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Under $200. All right, good. Now they got a lot of them on there. That's good to know. Let me see. Can find a $10 projector. Price for under $20. I'm gonna name what I want because I'm just trying to give me some crappy projector at the end of the day. This projecting game mostly comes up for $10. Sony's should come up for 10, you know, for cheap. $60. Price under 15. Over $15 for a projector right there. This would look amazing on our product. See how easy for me to go projector shopping? I could buy that projector right there. It's $15. That would look insane on our product. $15. Once in a while, you bump into the babies. $15. Now, if you were hitting that with a wider gray screen, that thing's going to look like crap. It is. It's going to look like crap. Our technology, I mean, that thing look amazing. All right, we got one for $15. Can we get one for the $20 mark? $20. Let me see. That's too much money. No, I'm not spending that kind of money. I'm going to keep it cheap. Doesn't matter how cheap we can go. Oh, that's not 100. I need 20 bucks. $20 projector. $20 max. Okay. So you got one in there for 20 bucks. Oh, it's just remote controls. Just one in there. That's it. Alright, we'll try $30. Gee whiz. This is getting expensive. $30, man. That's insane. $30. I'm never going to beat my $10 projector. Never. Let's go with 30. Oh, $28. Sony VPO CX10. Okay. That's promising. Where's the guy for the... We don't need any VGAs. We need HDMI ports. We don't need them. I guess they've removed all that because we don't need them at all, period. Alright. Jeez, that's super vintage. Oh, Sony CPJ D500. These suckers stand up. Oh, vintage right there. $29. Oh, I love it. It's beautiful. Oh, it's parts only. It's only for parts. I like that projector. It looks super old, man. Let's see if I can find one of these. I love when I use these old projectors. I have people call my channel, why are you such old projectors? Why you got a brand new projector? It costs $3,000 and you're sitting in a dark environment with that thing. Ask me that question. Because I'm in a fully lit environment with mine. And you spend $3,500 for a projector. And I go look at what's your model number? Go look at your projector. Like, you got what on this thing? And you're sitting in the dark? All right. You could have just basically skipped all of that and just went out and got yourself a 600 by 800 res projector, and you're going to be in the dark anyway. What's the point of spending all that money? Boy. You don't need all that. You're going to be in the dark. That's for parts. $45, $18. Ooh, man. Oh, this is classic. I gotta go to Projector Central and find out about this thing. This is getting my goat. It is getting my goat. I love these old machines. I like the fact that we can take these old machines, and majority of the screens these things were used on were white screens anyway. So, you know, people never saw the full potential of these machines. I like to bring them back to life. I couldn't care less about 4K and 8K projectors. That's a cakewalk. That stuff is easy. We need something of a challenge. See if we can find anything. Oh, there's nothing on this thing. Oh, this thing is super old. There's no results on it. It's super old. Alright, that means we got to go somewhere else and get it. Anybody got specifications on this machine? It's 40 lumens S video jack. Let me see. That's 40 lumens. That's under my 50 lumens. Still, I want to check that out. Alright. That's a good idea. I'll look through that. Where's my other page at? Oh, it does have the... Does it have VGA? If that's VGA, that's good. That means we can basically run our adapters to it. That's what they'll run. I don't know. Oh, this may be older than that. If it's older than VGA... No, it can't be older than VGA. VGA, audio and video components were out before VGA. VGA was out first. VGA was out first, and they came later. So that wouldn't make any sense. Because I remember the old ViewSonic CRTs, when they came out, they had everything was VGA, and then once in a while they started hooking up audio speakers and video. You can hook up stuff to it, the video capture and all that stuff. Then they started hooking up that stuff. So it has to have on there. We want to see. There it is, right there. There's the VGA. I know it had to be on there. Ooh. Can we make this projector look amazing? Do we have the power to do it? Can we do this? Yeah, we can. Easy. I can make this projector look incredible. And I know for you gray screen paint makers, you're saying, we can too. No, you can't. You can't read the contrast level. That projector's contrast level is probably extremely poor. You gotta fix that. And I'm pretty sure all the demonstrations that were done on this machine were done in dark environments because they used it on a white screen. We can fix all that. Now the Apex Gamer now has the Imperial Infinity 1 contrast. Understanding, serious, you have to move around. It's understandable. You can't handle it. I understand. They're gonna make these machines look incredible. Anything else we got here? Super old. And this here gets mad. Goes, these are like, Man, so mad about everything. Gee whiz. Whew, got more attitude than a woman sometimes. I swear. Calm yourself down. If your product doesn't work, whose fault is that? That's your fault at the end of the day. It's nobody's fault but yours. It's funny. You got to come to reality. If you're mad at me because your products don't work, whose fault is that? That's your problem. If my stuff is working perfectly fine and you can't figure out how to get your paint to work like mine, because I know you guys try. You watch my demonstrations and you try to get your paint to work like mine and it doesn't. That's why you act the way you act. Because you can't get it to work like mine. If you could, I'd be out of business, wouldn't I? That's why we got the matching betters. Oh, didn't you just get another matching better? Oh, just flexing. Boom. We had to put the flex on them. Put the flex on them. We had to flex on you guys. Boom, boom, boom. I had to flex on you today. All you got to do is complete it. That's all you have to do. It's simple. Just complete it. Exactly the same way I did it. Just complete it. Oh, you can't do it? All right, then that's not my fault then today. It's yours. And next time, don't talk a lot of trash. That's how that works. You don't talk trash. You're not expected to do things you don't want to do. That's how it works. Oh, we got $55 for this projector. Right? This is an Epson Powerlight 530. You make that look amazing. Sony CX-X5. Well, you can make a $10 projector look good. You can make anything look good. Oh, not false. No. I'm sorry. You guys are in the old category by yourself. Y'all stay over there. We won't touch you with a 10-foot pole. We're done. You'll be like, oh, why? Because we don't support those projectors. They don't work for us at all, period. We have problems with them. They don't work. And I'm not going to spend the time to engineer the technology to do it. We did it one time, and that's it. We're done. And for goodness sakes, for people who keep lying and saying, oh, but our stuff works on 720p. Can you please brighten that environment up, like really lighten it up? Move that freaking godforsaken green bookcase and all that stuff out of the way and put it in the next room. Open those blinds all the way up to the very edge of the top of the baseboard. That's what you should do. Next time you do a door demonstration, actually take the screen from the wall in the back, put it up in the front, and then open the door so it has direct contact with the screen at around 12 o'clock in the afternoon. That's it. And forget about the long throw. Get rid of that. You should be using off the short throw. You should be using long throws. You're not supposed to do out of your test, out of 100%, 99 or 100% of that is not supposed to be done on off the short throws. You have to do them on long throws because you're cheating if you don't. Let me see. No HMI projectors. No HMI projectors. Well, I shouldn't just put down VGA projectors. These projectors have no HDMIs on them at all. Now, the reason why this is important for a white and gray screen to have this, because they need the clarity. They need to get the vivid, sharp brightness in there. They need to just get that in there because you don't have a black screen that's white. It doesn't make a difference for a black screen because we don't require it because, again, our screens are contrast itself. So the contract that they paid for, which, again, they're never going to see it correctly, they literally have to pay for something that they will never, ever be able to use correctly. Because the correct way to get your 2 million to 1 to work is to actually pick up an actual black level, not a shade of gray. Because gray is not black, and black is not gray. Oh shoot, this one for 20 bucks here. $20. Wait, what is this? For 20 bucks. This looks fake. Of course, it's a fake projector. We tell it's fake, the lens is plastic. I'm like, wait a minute, that looks fake. It's a plastic lens right there. See, that's what I see. You gotta know your stuff at the end of the day. You can tell by looking at that from the door, it's a plastic lens. There's no professional lens that looks this way at all, period. No. You can tell it's fake just by looking at it. Now, if you had a projector, a real one, see right here, your lens would look like. See right there, see how that's a real lens right there. Just like Optima. $180, but that's too much money for us to spend. We don't want to spend $80. This is too much. $180 is too much. We gotta go cheaper than that. We gotta go run to the $50 mark. Controls. Okay. That's under 50. That's under 50. It's a Sony. Oh. VGA projectors. Old projectors. $27, $24, $22. We run every single one of these. And those are not knockoff. That's the knockoff right there. It's very well built for knockoff. Is it a knockoff? Ah, interesting. What are you? They give you something really old I've never even seen before. Is the DLP chip? Oh, heck no. This is not knockoff. This is something different. Yeah, see, it's got that emblem on it. That's when you get the good ones that have that DLP chip, that Texas Instrument. These are the good ones. What are you? I've got to look you up. See if you come up on the Projector Central. What are you? Let's see what you are. Specification sheet underneath you. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Where are you? Oh, shoot. This sucker one for $2,000. Well, the one's good for doing that price too. Let me see. 3,500 lumens. Oh, interesting. We don't have you on our list. So where were you at all this time? Let's go have a looky. It has, see, when you get projectors for VGA only, you can get some older ones that pop up that you didn't even exist. We're gonna have to get this baby right here because we've never heard of this before. Like, look, we got a Mag Sonnet over here. Mag Sonnet works perfectly on our products at 50 lumens. They print perfectly. Perfectly. We got a popper. A person that keeps popping in and out, popping in and out. You know, they're kids at the end of the day. They're the kids at the end of the day. He says, I'm gonna pop in. I'm going to annoy him, and it's going to bother him. No, grow up. Let me see. You know, I can go in here and I can bring up your YouTube channels through a live stream and figure out exactly where you're from and go right through your YouTube channel and go right through your stuff to see exactly who you are. Do you know that, right? So I can see if you have screens at the end of the day, because I'll go through your stuff to see if you have screens. Because if you're in with some white dinky screen and some dark environment or some gray screen at the end of the day that looks like crap, yeah, I'm going to have to put you on blast. As a matter of fact, that's not a bad idea, to tell you the truth. We should start a channel on that. We could just go through the trolls, go through their channel, and dig up their videos and stuff showing their projection screen stuff and see where they sit at. Guarantee them jokers are sitting in the dark right now with this poor looking screen. I had one guy sit there on my channel, came on and said, "Oh, I have his product." I say, "You have what product?" "We have his product over here for testing." "Oh, no, I don't got that. I got a certified screen." "What certified screen you got? We test those too." And just logged off. They logged off. He didn't stick around. I wouldn't see his screen set up. Most of them tell me they got dummy channels, so really don't have a real YouTube channel. It's a dummy channel. Ah. All right, let me see how this thing actually does function. This is how many years back? 9 years ago this thing came out.
Hello, Brad Second Marketing, and we're
There's music coming in that.
projector. It's a new projector from Proxima. It's 3700 lumen, 8001 contrast ratio. Got a very simple filtering system to access.
Oh, this is a different projector. So basically, might have been one we missed. Because the way this thing is built and constructed, this is not one of the cheaply made projectors. Not at all, period.
Top access for the bulb.
Yeah, usually, that's where the lamp is at. Look how it's built.
All the available inputs that anyone would need, including HDMI, LCD projector, and comes in at a very attractive.
Wow, never heard of them before. Interesting. We may have a new projector for the list. And they've been around for a while. I'm looking at this whole list on the side, these different projectors. We've never tested these before. When we're looking at that, somebody with gray paint goes, "I'm gonna tell you, ain't do jack with it. That projector won't work on your stuff." Nothing works on your stuff. It's gray. I never understand that. We choose these different projectors. They try to use the same. It doesn't work. You can't read the contrast level that's required for you to pick up on an Infinity One. You can't read it. Now, that's for this other so-called black paint. That didn't even last long enough to be out in the market. Jeez, these are weeds. You can't even call that best black screen paint on the market. Well, it didn't last long, did it? But anyway, this is freaking interesting. And they've made other ones like it too. I can tell the difference when a projector is cheaply made or made well, and this is actually made well.
Vice President General
Oh, look at this right here.
Today we're here to introduce you to one of our large venue or rental and staging type of projectors, the E2425W. The E2425W is a WXGA 1280 by 800 resolution, full-size, high-brightness projector for a large screen display environment. This offers WXGA 4,500 lumens of brightness, 2,000 to 1 contrast ratio.
What kind of lens is that? That looks like short throw. It's probably not. It's probably standard, but still.
And it's loaded with I/O connectivity, so you can connect multiple products for a large display or presentation. It offers 3 HDMI inputs, 2 VGA inputs, a DVI connector, 5 BNC connectors, as well as composite and S-video as well. It even includes an RJ45 network adapter so that you can connect to the network and monitor it from a remote location. As all ASK Proxima projectors do, it offers a top-load lamp replacement, so should your lamp go out, slide the cover off, slide in the replacement lamp, put the cover back on, you're ready to go. The projector comes with a 3-year parts and labor warranty with a first-year advance exchange, so it's really a trouble-free, worry-free type of projector for a large venue installation. Take a look at the E2425W for your needs, and we'll see you next time.
You gotta be freaking kidding me. At 15 feet, this thing hits 120 inches. At 15 feet, my screen hits at 80, about 90 inches in there. The Christie's hit that. So they got a different type of lens in there. Alright, let me see something for a minute. Let me check on this other projector here. Check this actual specifications on this machine. Okay. 4,500 lumens. Yeah. Sheesh. What the freak? Did you see that? This thing has multiple lenses. These are all lenses that you can attach to this machine. Gee whiz. What the yeah, this is crazy. It's got short though fixed lens. Man, we can have a ball with this. Is that really screen calculator or anything? You throw a short lens. That's why I don't need it because it has multiple lenses on it. Discontinued in 2014. What was the price on these things when they came out? Let me see. Oh, to buy me a new projector. I never heard of these things before. We're going to have a new projector added to our list. And we will put it against a gray screen to show you where it fails miserably. And also against a white screen. Because this ain't going to work on a white gray screen for nothing. At all, period. Don't even bother buying it. If you got a gray screen, don't even purchase this projector. It's not going to work on your stuff, I guarantee you. We'll put it on that free mix. Sure, it won't work for Jack. And he wants to sit there and say, oh, my product, go ahead. It's a challenge here. Knock yourself out. Don't have to worry about hearing any nonsense. At the end of the day, somebody saying, well, mine's different. My product didn't do challenge. Just do it. All right? Then you can talk trash later. Let me see. No. If you're saying your product is different, you got a free challenge on there. Go do the challenge. Then you come back to us and have a conversation. Well, it could be worse. I can make a challenge for dark mixes too. You're not gonna make that stuff too. I can make a really bad version of a dark mix and basically just give it to you guys for free. Put it against our own products. And we'll cover all the fields. Maybe there's something at the end of the day. And take everything from you. That gray paint, the one we got, that's gonna be brutal. That's gonna be brutal for a lot of people. You're gonna be on site with this gray paint everywhere. So you're gonna have to do this demonstration sooner or later because your customer's gonna say, what about that stuff Mr. Bird has, that free mix? How does it compare to your product at the end of the day? Yeah, it's gonna be an issue. And if you don't have enough demonstrations on gray versus gray, this is gonna be a nightmare for you. For us, on the end of the day, they say, well, what about this product versus black paint? Oh, we've done that already. We got our stuff posted right to the website. Is there stuff posted to the website? No, it's not. All right, there we go. Don't get mad about that. It is what it is. I could raise the bar much higher than that. I mean, keep in mind, being nice about the whole entire thing. And the paint was never made for you. It was made for us. You know, people get mad about that. Yeah, it's not fair. Let me see. Did I sit back and complain about the certified screens destroying my stuff? Did I complain about that? Did I cry in a room on YouTube? Oh my goodness, Diamond's technology came and destroyed all my screens and everything. Like, their product is far more superior than mine. Did I cry about that the other day? No, I rolled up my sleeves and got to work. That's what I did. I had time for crying. Yes, the time you spend crying and sobbing over something, just get to work. Be surprised. In desperation and trying times, you'd be surprised the things that you can develop. All right, let me see. eBay has this thing? eBay. I gotta research this machine because I didn't even know it was even there. What other machines are sitting around here? What the freak? Yeah, there's the Christie's. We know that. I've had Christie's galore. Well. Mrs. Robinson. We have got these things galore on here. Wow, we've got plenty of things. New projector to test. This basically makes me happy. You have no idea. I got something more to test my product on another machine. Yes. Put my charger in. Now I know that we got people who come in and watch my channel. The sole purpose of trying to copy everything that I do. That's why we make sure we have fail safes for everything. Everything we do, we can back it up 100%, but also too, keep the knuckleheads at bay. So, the great paint we'll be using in those demonstrations to show that this new projector, that pretty much been out for a while, but anyway, this projector right here from our new for our category is not going to work on a gray screen or a white screen. It's only going to be advanced by our technology and our technology only. Even certified, and we have lots of certified to show that how our product is going to be far more superior than certified, but also show the advancement by buying these projectors, how they're going to improve on your screen. Now, for the gray screen paint makers, it's the ones that talk too much trash, not the other ones. We know you're going to buy the same projector. We know you're going to try to get on YouTube and say, look, it works perfectly fine. No, it does not work perfectly fine at all, period. You have no color, no contrast. Your screen washes out. You're in dark environments. You're probably calibrated at the end of the day and probably using 4K enhancers. So, no, it doesn't work at all, period, on your stuff. No projector works on your stuff. So, this is what you do. If you feel that the demonstrations we're doing on a gray paint conflicts with you personally, then get to the challenge. You shouldn't have to do, and no one should hear any more of your crying on your channel about, no, get to the challenge. That's it. Get to it. Go. Chop, chop. Giddy up. Man, they got one for $21. $100. These things are cheap. Of course, they're older models. Look at this one. They pulled the lens out of this thing. Is the lens pulled out of this? Oh, the lens is in there. Okay, cool. I thought I was saying it's 4 screws. $225. Dude, what's the on this? It's a whole different type of projector we haven't played around with yet. Oh heck yeah, we're gonna busy have some fun with this. Oh, it's a 600 by 800 res. Yes. You know how easy that is for me? We do 600, 800 by res all day long. That's nothing. That's easy. Your gray screen's going to have a hard time with that one because you can't pick up that high resolution to give that more depth and more detail to your image, which means your picture becomes distorted, especially when the lights come on. So that's not going to work for you. But 600 or 800 res? Oh my goodness. Easy, 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 easy. It's just easy. We've done 600 or 800 res. This is why it pays not to do high-end projectors constantly all the time. Because again, if you have to use something lower, your picture quality starts to diminish because you're used to using much higher machines. Shouldn't do that. Gotta start low, work it up high. Gotta start low, work it up high. Bum, 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 bum. Are you gonna buy one of these? We're buying one of these this week. I'm getting one of these this week. To put from other screen too. Yes. I'm mad. I might have bought my case too. I need my case. I'm gonna get my case too. Since our screen is gonna be so freaking cheap. It's gonna be like $47 for our screen. Let me see. $600 by 800 is amazing. This right here. I never even heard of these machines before. No. Gotta go back to the other one. Lamps are super cheap. That's another thing too. That's what these lamps are costing. $60 for the lamp. That's cheap. Could be worse. Oh, $2,200 for the lamp. $22 for the lamp. That's cheap. These are cheap lamps. So that's good. The only thing you check is that lamp. The lens, there's only too many people are yanking lenses out of these things. Those are interchangeable lenses in there. Okay, yeah, but most of these lenses are probably put into the ribbon system, which means no. You got to go in and do a lot of surgery to get one of those things out. It's not even worth it. You could damage one of those ribbons, and that's the end of it. Because they're motorized. That lamp is pretty cheap. Oh, yeah, put down projector and keep in your parts. on the road again. Bum, 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 bum. These are affordable. Man, these are super affordable. Jeez. We can run every single one of these. There's like $19. $19. Well, I'm gonna get a projector under 50. I'm under 30. Under 30 bucks. Look at that projector sitting up there. Don't worry, buddy. I know they did not appreciate you when you hit that white screen. Because look at it this way. A projector has the capability to produce images that are really gorgeous. But they're shortened due to the fact they're produced on white screens. And it's a shame. This machine got retired. Never really got a chance to show its true potential at the end of the day. So now I'm going to sit here in quietness and just deal with the fact that no one will really appreciate what it truly can do. But don't worry. We'll show the world what you can do. Because that's what we do. Like this $10 projector over here. That sat there and was used on probably white screen after white screen and white wall, and never really got the opportunity to really show what it could do. We give old projectors the opportunity. That's what we do. Oh, look at that. Never seen anything like that before. That is freaking cool. It's a DLP projector. In the day, you people are out there cheating your projectors on these white and gray screens. The only ones, honestly, that can show somebody what they can do are certified. If your projectors had the ability to be able to talk, if they had artificial intelligence, a lot of you would be getting cursed out right now. You really would be. Your projector turn like, what the frig is that? Is that a white screen? Why are you? Do you have an idea what I'm designed to do? Why would you stick me on that thing? Unbelievable. Gray screen makers, it's a little better, but gee whiz, it still sucks at the end of the day. You really can't do any better. Do you have any idea what I have? I'm a 2 million to 1 contrast projector. You're gonna stick me on that dumb nonsense in the day? Oh my goodness, the embarrassment, really. You know, it's bad enough to got that guy over there, Kenneth Berg, talking about me at the end of the day. I mean, gee whiz Louise, come on. That's what you guys are doing. Meanwhile, my projectors over here that cost freaking $10 at the end of the day are sitting going, oh, check it out. Look at me in all my glory. Look how beautiful I look. Look at my amazing Infinity 1 contrast levels. I sit here with just 1,000 to 1 contrast. And that screen over there makes me look like $1 million. And I can do that in a fully lit environment. Do you believe that? Outside, 600 by 800. I was out there, 720p, producing fish and beautiful images. All the things I've always wanted to display on the screen, but clearly never do it because I was handicapped by these projection screens out in the market today. Yeah, you guys will be getting cursed out. I'll be the one getting praised by the machines. Yes, it's definitely a glorious screen, an excellent screen to display our technology on. As a matter of fact, your projectors would probably cut off when you just shut off like clink. That's it, I'm done. No more of this disrespect nonsense. Let me bring my legs up, bring the legs out of it, just walk away. Disconnect yourself from the freaking mount and just walk away. Where the freak my projector go? It's coming to me. That's where it's coming to. It's coming to me. Because we get projectors that, oh, look at this. What are you? Look at this right here. I like that. I like that. That's super vintage. Projector. Wait, which one is it? Is it this price? Or is it that price? Oh, look at you. You are a classic. I love classic projectors. Oh, new. They're new. They cost $12,000. What do you do? You have to find out what you do. Oh, I forgot my customers. You know, projectors love them. They would never get cursed out in the day because, you know, they're being produced on a beautiful screen. It's like you being the best race car driver in the world. You got the best skills, better than anybody else. No one can race a car better than you. but they stick you on a bike. Everybody else got professional race cars, but you're on a bike. You can't even show what you can actually do because you're sitting on a bike. You know you're far better than these freaking drivers at the end of the day, but you can't show them because they stuck you on a bike. And these guys are all in professional, M1 professional race cars and everything, and you're on a bike. And these guys are passing, and you're thinking, like, I could really show them what I can do if they just put me in a more professional vehicle. That's where we come in. When we stick you in a car that's beyond theirs at the end of the day, and again, with your skill level in our fancy, amazing vehicle, well, no one can catch up to you, and you'll just be ahead of the race every single time. That'll be us. I like these stories I like to tell. I had to call it Projector Story Time. Literally got to start a channel today. Projector Story Time. Discontinue the projector. What is that? Ooh, they ain't got a brightness on this thing. It's so old. There is no brightness on it. It is 6. Ooh, we can work with this. This is a challenge right here to make this thing look amazing. Oh yes, that's what I'm talking about. Actual challenge. Look at the contrast on this thing. Oh my goodness, to make this thing look amazing. I love freaking all the. Doesn't make a difference on our lumen count. We can kick in a lumen count contrast. Doesn't mean jack. Our screens are black. We don't worry about that at the end of the day. All right, and the res count, please. That's easy. That's easy. Yes. Challenge accepted. I love this. That is freaking amazing. See how low that projector is. Most people in the shop projectors try to get the highest specifications they can. We look for the lowest we can get our hands on. Because it's a challenge at the end of the day to see if we can actually do it. Yeah, but they don't have a. That's 2,500 lumens. Cakewalk. That's nothing. 1,000 with no problem. We can operate on 1,000 outside. 25 is nothing for us. That's easy. But 100-to-1 contrast is what I like. I like that low contrast. That's easy. We do 1,000 outside with no problem. Brightness is 27, so that must be in eco mode. Oh man, I'm so happy about when I found this. And it's funny because I just typed in VGA projectors and this popped up. A 100-to-1 contrast. It has 100-to-1 contrast. Do you have any idea how low that is? That thing will look horrible on a gray screen because it can't read the and a white screen. Oh my goodness! Which it probably was displayed on a white screen. Sad to say, it probably was, because the only thing at that particular time, that's the only thing that was probably used, was a white screen. Well, I'm going to spend a whopping $47 for my new screen, and it's going to look absolutely incredible. And that's that. We're going to make our sample of our new free gray screen paint mix, which is called the Ultimate Gray Cinemax. Put it against our own product, because in the day, why we don't use gray screen paints anymore. But like I said, for those of you at the end of the day, I like saying at the end of the day, for those of you at the end of the day, if you feel that you still like gray screen paints and that's for you, well, I ain't got to pay for it. And if anyone at the end of the day feels that they want to challenge us on that, then the challenge is right there on the site. Go to what's new, scroll down, and you'll see it right there at the bottom where it says the ingredients right there. Keep in mind, when you do this, you have to make this on YouTube live stream. Everybody can see this. So you'll do a paint and dry, which means you're not going to do a paint and then edit the drying time. You don't do that. You will do a paint and dry, show the screen off. I don't care if the lights are on, it doesn't really make a difference at all, period. Just don't match it. If you do match this, warning, you don't sell product anymore. And keep in mind, if you are selling products, you're going to be hit with potential consumer fraud. Someone's already been hit with one of those, who basically matched the house paint and continued to sell the product long after he found out that the product was matching house paint, and continued to lie to his customers, telling them it had a yellowish tone to it. That person's going to court for that. So if your product does match, I would advise you come on YouTube, basically give off an initial apology, let them know that you're going to make better products. That's the best way to do it. And basically do all your testing from now on next to that mixture. That's the best way to do it. Now, as for people that are going to say, well, I'm going to take that mixture, I don't care what your match is. We don't care. We don't care. We're not making any money off that. It's free. That's what it is. It's free. We don't charge for that. That's why there's no testing. It's free. So if you're saying, well, house paint match it, I'm pretty sure house paint will match it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. House paint, all that will match it with no problem whatsoever. So if you're trying to use that as a line to destroy the credibility of the product, it don't mean a difference at the end of the day. As long as our stuff, our new technology doesn't match it, that's what matters. And that's not going to happen. So with that being said, you can throw it against Sherwin-Williams, whatever, blah, blah, don't care. But mind you, if you're going to throw it against Sherwin-Williams, don't forget to put some of that on your product too. And there's Sherwin-Williams mixing this stuff. Oh, shoot, I forgot about that. We do have a mix here with Sherwin-Williams. Ooh, man, some of you are not going to go near this thing. But for us, it's just used to put against our paints because we have to show up that demonstration. And I had somebody actually say on site, did we ever try using gray paints against our products? And I thought to ourselves, we have to have our own gray paint now. We're going to make sure we can back it up. That's what we like to do. I like this projector right here. I like it. I'm going to save you right there, buddy boy. I'm coming back for you. Okay, let me see what we got going on here. Are we ranting? No ranting today. Let me see. We usually get that rant. They're going to get mad and upset because I say things that they don't like. No ranting today. Interesting. Well, we had that one fellow. He wasn't Jamie. It was one of Jamie's followers that was carrying on and acting up. He already knows the deal what's about to happen to him. Your line got traced, buddy. We're in the process of tracing your line to figure out exactly where you come from. Because you hit my account multiple times, and Grasshopper, that company, they have a security protocol for problems. That's why we went with them. So your number now is going to be under investigation, and you will be traced. And they'll get back to you. They'll figure exactly where you're at. Let me explain something to you real quick. FBI gets involved in that because it's the company and all. That's what we have to go file the charge against. If you think at the end of the day that the FBI can't find you, they can find you. They can find people under a rock somewhere in some foreign country. I'm pretty sure they can find you on American soil. So it's not going to be hard to find you. You got a social security number, don't you? Got a date of birth, all that, was born in a hospital, all that stuff. There you go. Easy find. So you attack the company and left a bunch of messages, which now they can figure out where you're at. As a matter of fact, let me fill you on something that's really going to shock you. So there's a software called voice recognition software, which means if you speak your voice, like face recognition, it can track down all kinds of information to a database that basically link your voice to pretty much whatever basically comes up. Like if you ever spoke anywhere, which you have. And that can mean anywhere. You'd be surprised the equipment they have over there. I know a few people that actually are in the FBI. You'd be surprised. I thought the face recognition software was pretty cool. But yeah, if you speak, your vocal cords can basically be traced back to you. Yep. You'd be surprised how many of your sound bites are picked up. Remember, there's cameras literally everywhere. They don't have to actually say that the cameras are not using audio, which is not supposed to have cameras with audio on. But you'd be surprised how many of your conversations are being recorded by Big Brother. You'd be surprised. In the digital age, you're monitored 24/7. Everywhere you go, there's a camera in front of your face. You go to Walmart, there's cameras. You go to a restaurant, there's cameras. You go to the gas station, there's cameras. There's cameras everywhere. Even when you walk up and down the street, take the time to look up, and you'll see all these massive, giant cameras pointed right down on top of you. You're under a magnifying glass 24/7. There you go. There you go. So if you think you can get on there and carry on and act up and you can get away with it, no, we can have you traced. And what makes it even worse is the fact that you contacted a company and carried on. Now, if you contact a residential, someone's house in the day, that takes a little while. But we're talking about a company now. And since we paid these people to basically monitor the 800 number, yeah, we have it all undocumented. It's all record. Stupid. I will see you in court very soon. I'll be filing a big lawsuit against you. And also I'll be filing criminal charges for harassing my business. So when they play your voice in court multiple times on each one of those recordings, what are you going to say about that in front of a judge? This is why we got that system set up that way. Because you can't leave a message without basically speaking into the microphone. When you speak into the microphone, it has a transition of your voice on there, on record. It doesn't go anywhere. It's on file. So when we take it to court, we'll play that in court. Stupid. Don't you have common sense? Does common sense ever kick up in there? I think people have gotten so used to cameras at the end of the day, they forget that they're all around them every single day. They've gotten so used to them that you're being recorded every single day. And they forget and they do dumb stuff, and then boom, there you are. You commit a crime, next thing you know, you're in court, and there's like 80 or 40 different videos of you doing something stupid. You're like, what the freak? Like, yeah, that's what cops do. Basically, when you go do something stupid, they go out and they basically collect all the video footage from all the surrounding stores that are in that area because there are police officers, there are cameras everywhere. Like some dum-dum decided to, he was working at a job and decided to go behind a utility pole next to a park and expose himself. Didn't realize that there were cameras wrapped in that whole entire area, including the ballpark has cameras out there that recorded him doing it. Dumb stuff. Dumb stuff. You're in the digital age. You're not living in the 1940s or 50s or 30s or anywhere in that timeline where cameras don't exist. We don't have them all over the place. We do now. How often are we being watched by security cameras? Frequently. You're watched all the time. Sometimes you're multiple times a day. People are caught on security cameras multiple times a day. These cameras are everywhere. People's homes, their driveways, on doorbells, they're everywhere. And then you got these. These are cameras too. Some of these machines are broadcasting machines. Yep. Average person is recorded on a video surveillance system multiple times a day. Remember, this is called Big Brother. Remember they had a thing about it back in the 80s about Big Brother and all these security cameras going up, where they can put them at, where they can't put them at. Put them anywhere you want now. Yeah, you're watched 24 hours on the clock. The only time that they can't put a camera is in your home, but they have achieved that already because people went in and did the dumbest thing you could possibly think of. You brought them into your home next to a online network system, like your PlayStation system. Yeah. That stays in my drawer. You know why? Because I don't plug that thing in ever. Nope. Only time I had it was in VR, and in VR you have to be to go into your option and be able to disable that. So basically it doesn't have the ability to be able to stay online and watch you. Your laptops, people found that out the hard way about the laptops. When people had their laptops open and walking around, they realized those things were actually on and they were actually watching you the entire time. The Kinect system, oh, that's a beautiful one right there. That system also has a camera to watch you. Those robots you like to buy, put into your home, you know what I mean? The ones that walk around and record your face. At the end of the day, this is how it knows if you're sad or happy. It has to use something called face recognition software. Face recognition software. Which basically gives you the ability to basically disguise whether you're upset, angry, whatever the changes move to you at the end of the day to recognize how sad you're feeling by your facial structure change. There you go, right there. So you bring those into your house. And they're linked up somewhere. They'd be linked online. So some servers feeding them information back and forth. So guess what? You put a camera into your house, but one that actually has legs and walks around your environment recording everything that you do. VR glasses at the end of the day, if you don't know how to go in and modify your firmware, you're going to be in a lot of problems in the day. Spyware, all that stuff. It's crazy. Yeah, that's why, I like technology, but you got to be really careful. Voice recognition software. Yeah. Yeah, bump, 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 bump. That's why I like the game Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs wasn't even too far off. It was actually right on point. I used to install security cameras. I know what those things can do. I used to install them in. If you wear a white t-shirt in front of a camera, your face lights up like a candle. It's like having a flashlight underneath your face. If a person's walking around a black t-shirt, it kind of masks it a little bit. But still doesn't help because, again, like I said, cameras I started from putting cameras in. The cameras we have today are far, far more advanced than that. Now, basically, you can't have audio on your cameras because that's basically invasion of privacy. But in certain facilities, they can have audio and they can record what you're saying. And that unit I have basically gives them the right to be able to record your voice. So when you're talking and you're speaking into the machine, you leave a message, what you do gives you voice. When leaving a message on someone's phone, it has the right to record your voice. If you don't leave a message, just hang up the phone, that's all. All right, go pick up my screen. Let's see my destination, get that done, paint everything in, get that finished, put the micro screws in, put that done. I may order me a case. I think I'm gonna order me a case for the electric case over here. Get that done. Police officer drones. Oh yeah, it's gonna happen one day. I talked about that for years. You're gonna have them. Yep. I already got them already. Police drones, first response. Told you. I told you this is gonna happen a long time ago. And the reason why? Because you have drones. You have drones from military. Those military drones are huge, by the way. They're designed to take out whatever you need to take out. But you have to be able to introduce it into the system slowly because people get scared of it if you don't. So they start off with toys, like toy drones. That's what they started off with. I knew this was coming. I sat there and said, I can go back to my channel and pull it up where I literally said it was coming. So people, they bring out all these little toy drones. They're all over the place. And people are playing with them, have fun, and kids are playing with them. And then they bring out more advanced drones. Drones that basically, you can fly here and fly there, like $2,000 drones that can track you by heat sensor and all that stuff. And then the next thing they did was they regulate the drone. So they sit there and tell you that, okay, look, you can't fly that drone here, here, and here. And you have to register this drone because we have to know who is flying this thing and who it belongs to. There you go. Now they can basically control where your drones go to because you can't go there, you can't go there, you can't go there, and you can't fly there. And then sooner or later, you'll see a drone with a 911 stamped on the side of it. And next thing you know, they'll be there to monitor activity, but soon they'll be armed. I gotta get me a channel that says, told you so, told you so, told you so, told you so, told you so. Remember those walking dogs? You kept everybody walking around them dogs. Like, oh, we got a dog. Fantastic, a walking dog. Guess what? These things are gonna be police officers pretty soon.
There we go, right there.
Now, honestly, I don't think they should be ever near civilians at all, period. No. I think in very serious, like hostage situations, terrorist situations, perfect machine for it. But other than that, around no. I don't think so. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the I like the drones when they came out. I thought they're pretty cool flying around. It's pretty cool, interesting item. But then when you start seeing videos of people arming drones with freaking weapons, and this is where things get a little hairy. Guys, you're not in a war zone, you're in a residential zone. Drones with weapons. Well, you can read all the information right there. It'll tell you drones can basically carry guns and flamethrowers and just about everything else crazy you can think of. And drop grenades, all kinds of stuff. But he used it in the military. Get out of here. There you go. Well, this is gonna be a jacked up world, but I tell you. An AR-1 drone. Gee whiz Louise. Really? He's gonna get jacked up world. Ah, going somewhere nicer. Let's see. I want to go to hydroelectric energy. What I like to study. And tiny homes. Oh, wait, while I'm here, I gotta think about that. Hold on a minute. How much does it cost to rent a tiny home? All right, renters between $50 to $200 per night. That's all we need is just one night. I didn't even need that. I want to do a video recording in there for our new tiny screens. We got the RV, tiny homes. We can rent one of these out. That's not a problem. Okay, cool. And then we can rent these things out. $150 a night. That's not bad. That'll definitely work. And let me see. We got the RV, tiny home. I can do a camping thing. We got plenty of woodland area around here. It's not even a problem to set that up. We just need a video of a tent outside and the whole setup and all. That's easy to do. That's nothing for our pictures and stuff. But you have to have a permit for that. So basically, we have a permit already we can get because we have a license already for our company. We just provide to get the license, get all that done, and then set the whole scene right there. We got to put a tent out there and make it like someone's camping, or get somebody to model out there and camping while we basically show up the screen. They can set the screen up. I think I'm gonna do it that way. I got a friend of mine. She'll love doing that. We'll do a whole camping scenery out there. She can set everything up, set up the projector and everything. We do the video, shoot everything, and then be done. I think that'll be nice right there. And the tiny homes are rentable, so that's good. We can get that. We got the RV already tied in already. Got a company that's going to come over to help us with that. Well, actually, we're going to rent some of their stuff out. And I may have an area where I can rent out a greenhouse for some of our technology. Mm.